The Way of Will John.
Then the feedback is that our intent, that's our intent. Now, it's not just our wish, but that's at a being level intent, what the core of us really wants, what it intends. It changes the probability in this future probability system. It changes the probability of those things that'll happen. So future intent modifies future probability. So that's been realized for a long time. I mean, go back in the middle 1950s, and I think a guy was Norman Vincent Peale wrote a book called The Power of Positive Thinking. It's like 55 or something, so it's not like this brand new idea. It's been around a long, long time. And people know that if they put a mental energy, okay, but it can't be just a casual wish. It needs to be some mental energy out of themselves for a particular thing to happen. Like, we don't want it to rain next Saturday because we're having a picnic. So if you really put some mental energy into that, you can increase the probability that it won't rain. Or if you're a farmer and you really need that rain and you put some energy into it needs to rain, then you can increase the probability that it rains. So the fact that your intent modifies future probability. And it's a multiplayer game. So you got people wanting it to rain, people not wanting it to rain, and you sum all that up and it either does or it doesn't based on that. So this intent is additive. So if you and 100 other people want the sun to shine on Saturday, then that's going to be more powerful than if it's just you. All of those add, and now you've got about 100 times as much probability change, you see?
Yeah.
So that's just the way the reality works. And that's why we have a thing called the placebo effect. The placebo effect is a piece of science. Matter of fact, a drug company can't sell drugs unless they can beat the placebo effect. Okay. And the placebo effect is that if you tell people that this pill you're giving them is a wonderful new, thing that's going to cure what they have, it does make them get better. Not just makes them think they're better, but it really does. The people taking the placebo often get better, get healthier because of the placebo. And they first found this out in I think it was World War I, not World War II. They found it out they ran out of any kind of painkiller. Okay, they were giving painkillers to these soldiers that were beat up, but they didn't have any more. They're in tents out in little makeshift, hospitals out in the field someplace. They ran out of morphine. So they just told these soldiers, okay, I'm going to give you a shot of morphine. Wow. And they gave them some salt water or something. And a lot of them, that helped their pain. And that was like, geez, what's going on here? The salt water is acting like morphine, not all the time, not to everybody, but to a significant number. And that was the beginning of the placebo effect, that what your mind believes can modify what you experience. It can change reality. So that's how The Secret works. You put your mind on things. But what The Secret doesn't necessarily tell you, that because this is a system based on growing up, based on increasing the quality of your consciousness, if what you want with your intention is to just build up your ego or get something or or make somebody else stumble and fall. Oh, I really want this guy to go away because I want his job. And, I want the boss to hire me because, I'd like that, even though I'm not really as qualified as anybody else, So if you do these things that are for these negative reasons, it's all about self-centered and what about me, running over other people, then it's not going to work. The system doesn't like to work against itself. So those sorts of things are going to be much harder to do. You're going to have to bring a whole lot of power to the table if you're going to force it to do things that are against its self-interest. It here now is just the consciousness system, the evolutionary process of the consciousness system. So that's something The Secret doesn't tell you. It works better if it's a positive thing, and it works better if it's from the heart, not just out of the intellect. The intellect makes wishes.